Today, I want to show you a resource that you might not know is out there. So this is a Google post from a little bit ago, about a week ago, and this is about how you can use AI to help make work more neuroinclusive. And we'll link this post in the description if you want to read through it on your own time. This is something that Google worked with understood.org to create. And if you're not familiar with understood.org, switch over to their site for a second. And they are basically a nonprofit that works with people who have learning and thinking differences in the US. So let's see, ADHD, dyslexia, language disorders, etc. So they worked with Google on this to create a basically neurodiversity guide to effective work. And there's a PDF, it's linked in that article. We'll also put a separate link to this in the description for this video, so you can just go right to this if this is what you want. But you can go through this now and scroll down a little bit. And what they talk about in here is basically Thomas E. Brown's 6-cluster model. And it is initially developed for ADHD, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But he highlights that it can actually be relevant to anybody. And his model basically takes executive function and it breaks it down into 6 areas. This is relevant to anyone because we all have some level of executive function, whether it's impaired or not. We all have some level of these things in here. So you can read through what the different areas, like we have activation, we have memory, we have focus, action, effort, and emotion. And then it has a little breakdown of what each of those mean. And then if you keep scrolling, it actually further breaks them down to like activation. It goes into organizing, prioritizing, getting started on a task, and it color codes those different areas. And that becomes important in a second. And it does the same with focus and all the other areas. But it takes each of these subheadings now, and then it will basically link them to different work activities and then different Google or Gemini tools. And basically you can go through this now, and let's say that you have challenges, I don't know, recalling information. You can pick any of these headings and you can now just either scroll through and look for the color coding, or you can just search for recalling information, either because it's going to take each of the areas that apply and it'll list them under whichever heading here. So this is like recall and connect context, and then it'll give you a short explanation of whatever that area means, and then how you can use Google tools to help you with that. So this one specifically, it references like Ask Gemini and chat, and then you can do some things in there. If you organize files to recall text, you can use drive projects, etc. Prepare for the day with briefings on your tasks. You can again use Ask Chat and Gemini, and then there's a daily briefing in there. It's like I mean, to be fair, this is kind of an ad for different Google Gemini tools, but I think it can be really useful if you have some of these challenges and you don't really know how to like there are a ton of AI tools that are out there today, and they can do all kinds of things, and a lot of people don't use them every day, so it's really overwhelming. And if you already have other work challenges, and you're also dealing with different like neurodiversity challenges and just other things, like you don't necessarily have time and context and whatever to just know that, oh, I can use, Ask Gemini and chat to do this thing. Obviously, you probably don't know that half these things even exist. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of an ad for different Google tools, but it might also be really helpful if you're struggling with some of these things. So I think it's a really, really good resource. again, it's not even just for somebody with ADHD or somebody with dyslexia. Like, I think everyone has some level of executive function, and everyone can potentially benefit from, being more organized, having ways to, sustain attention and just other things. So I think that let me see, it's a 29-page PDF. So I mean, it's not really that long, and you go through, there are a lot of images in here, so it's not really that much. But I think most people can find something in here that can help them. Again, visual processing, if you're a visual learner, maybe you don't know that you can create infographics in Google Docs or mind maps in NotebookLM. Maybe you don't even know what those programs are, but it's like you read this and it's like, oh, I do have issues with visual processing. Let me look into, Google Docs, and it tells you in here how to get to it. Or let me look into NotebookLM. It's called Gemini Notebook now, but still, if you look into it, you would find that very easily. But I think there are a lot of just really straightforward triggers in here where, like, you can see something that's like, oh, that resonates with me. And oh, I didn't know that solution existed. Let me look into that. So if that's interesting, again, the guide is called A Neurodiversity Guide to Effective Work. And it was a joint venture with Google and understood.org. We'll link this in the description, and we'll link their blog post in the description. Again, I think it's really useful to help people understand executive function, recognize and understand executive function challenges, and have some solutions to executive function challenges you may be dealing with. So if that's interesting to you, please take a look at it. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.